All right, so before we start this one, I want to mention that what do you think about a Josh Anderson to the Flames trade? Is that something you'd be interested in as a Habs fan, as a Flames fan? Is that something you would want? Because, hey, let's be real here. Put it down in the comments down below what you think about that. This is something that is heating up. And it's been mentioned I saw it on the Hockey News, I saw it on the hockeywriters.com, and now also on Montreal Hockey Now. 3 reputable sources as far as reporting trade rumors and things like that. And to me, it just keeps heating up. It's picking up steam. I'm hearing more and more of possible suitors and possible stories of, hey, Josh Anderson of the Flames is something that might happen here. And to me, this is something that I look at and I read these articles and it's like, you know what? This makes some sense. It really, really does. Of course, it would have to be a cap crunch for the Flames because, I mean, Josh Anderson, he's got some term on him. 5 years, multiple years. Not 5 years, sorry. $5 million for multiple years that he has to have on his contract with whatever team he's on. Right now it's Montreal. If it was the Flames, they don't really have that cap space, especially huberdeau and Mackenzie Weegar being signed long-term there. There's going to need to be some room made by Brad Treliving there, and whether it's let's be real, retention or, I mean, I saw this floated on Montreal Hockey Now. If Milan Lucic got sent the other way to the Montreal Canadiens as far as a cap dump to kind of make the salary work, would that really work? I mean, would Luch even go there with the history he has in Montreal? Remember when he was doing that to the fans because he was mad at them when he was with Boston? And there's just such a heated rivalry there in the playoff series between Montreal and Boston back in the day. I don't know if Luch would agree to go to the Montreal Canadiens there. That would definitely be something that I don't think it would happen. I think it would have to be something else that gets done there. But yeah, just as a trade in general, Josh Anderson makes total sense. It was mentioned also that Brad Treliving for years has had interest in Josh Anderson back to his days in Columbus when he tried to trade Sean Monahan for Josh Anderson there. So there's a history of interest. I know I've been reading it a ton, and people have been talking about it for a long time, that Treliving thinks very highly of Josh Anderson and thinks of him as a very good player. To me, I see him as a third liner. I see him as a third liner. I heard it on BPM Spa the other morning, them talking about it. Them saying, I think it was Bob Hartley with Gic, who said, pour lui, Anderson, c'est vraiment, chip, frappe, score. So chip it in, forecheck, hit, and score. That's what Josh Anderson is to Gic Lajoie, Bob Hartley, and me, right? And I totally agree with that. To me, he's a third liner who can score 15 to 18, maybe 20 goals in a really good season. I mean, he has a career high of 27 goals he scored one year. But to me, I think this is a guy who gets you 15 goals, plays on your third line, and really helps create depth in your lineup. I do think that's a little rich for the blood at the money that he's being paid by the Montreal Canadiens and the contract he was signed by Marc Bergevin too. But to me, if there's any type of retention that can be involved, I would look at it. But you do have to be very, very careful. Because I've also seen some counter articles saying, hey, if you're the Flames, stay away from Josh Anderson. And to me, I made a video about it about a month ago. I think this is somebody they should go and acquire. I think this is a guy that you win Stanley Cups with. I think the size, I think he's mean too. He even fought Lucic when he was with the Habs in the bubble season there. That was really, when the Habs and the Flames played like 10 times in the season, like that was really good. That's when I saw Josh Anderson and said, whoa, this guy's really a warrior, is when he fought Milan Lucic. So he's tough, he's mean, he hits, he scores. His hockey sense is terrible though. I'll tell you that. I remember seeing him, he's got the blinders on whenever he's got the puck. Seriously, man, like, doesn't really make any good passes. Sometimes when he's got a clear pass to make in the slot, he'll just put his head down and take it right to the net or take like this weird shot from the boards. Like the hockey sense, you cannot expect that from him. That's why I would put him on the third line because, again, he's not going to be making these fancy plays with huberdeau, or even with Kadri, but he can fill in up there if you need him to. He can fill in for a few games on the top line or the second line. He's versatile, which is very, very good. I just think he would be a great fit. I really do. I think he would add some depth. I mean, Brett Ritchie, God love him, he says like 4 goals on the season. He's been playing good, but you can't keep rolling that experience the whole time. Trevor Lewis cannot be a third liner for the rest of the season. It's not going to work. You need somebody better. I think Anderson is definitely an upgrade. Of course, I would rather have somebody like Patrick Kane or William Nylander who could play on the first line or even the second line. But Josh Anderson as a third liner, I think that would be great for the Calgary Flames. I think it would help put everybody more in their position. You've got Ruzicka now who you could use to your advantage. Maybe he can play somewhere around your lineup. But I think having Josh Anderson would help slot everybody better and add more depth to this forward group to the Flames, which, let's be real, I know they won 2 in a row, but whoa, was it clear during that losing streak that the Flames need more depth up front. That's definitely for sure they need more forward depth. Guarantee there. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.